Okay, so here we are. Some of you have probably been wondering what's going on with all the geometry stuff lately. And what it really is the beginning of tying all these threads together that have gotten created over the last, I don't know, 20 years or so with teaching. And one of the tools that I've been developing is actually an online kind of like learning platform and drawing program, and so that people can actually have access to some of these constructions that we've been playing with online. So even something like starting with a simple line, and it doesn't even have to be straight. And that's some of the neat stuff with some of these geometric constructions. So we're going to change the color. We're going to change it to dashed, and we're going to bump it up to 3 pixels. So some of you have seen this, but how to find the center of this line is one of the questions, and without measuring, without using numbers. And this sounds so counterintuitive to our world, but one way to do it, at least the one way that I know how to do it, is you actually click the one endpoint as the center of the circle. So we're going to pull the circle tool. We're going to lock the center, and we're going to click one end for the center point, and you want to overshoot the middle. I know this seems really counterintuitive, but you go past the middle, create a circle, and watch it take over the entire screen. So we're actually going to move this. We're going to get rid of the fill, and we're going to try again. So click for the center, and once again we're going to lock the radius, which I think it still is locked actually. So lock the radius, and boom, now we've got a nice circle here. And then from here, we're going to hit the other endpoint as the center, and you see where they cross. So they're actually forming a line that goes right through. It's going to be close, might not be exact. That's the center point of this line. And you'll notice that we're actually using the error. It's the same error on both sides. And what's happening is where they cross actually splits it in half. So that's one way to do it. But this tool is set up so that people can play. You may have seen the other day with the Seed of Life. And what we'll do is we're going to change the background for the canvas. And then we're going to click on the stroke, change the stroke. We're going to bump it down to 1, and we're going to make it solid. So some of these things are still tweaky. And we're going to unlock the radius. So yes, there's some fine tuning on this. Click the center, choose the size of the circle, and boom, now we have a circle here. And we can move it around. Now, if we want to do the Seed of Life thing, what we do is we take the circle. Now we're going to lock the radius. We're going to create another one, arbitrary size. And now anywhere along its periphery we can create another circle. And size is locked on this. So it's going to be the same size as the previous. And then following along the intersection points, we're going to start creating a pattern. And you'll see that this Seed of Life pattern takes shape. If we unlock it, we can use the center of the pattern as the center again and go out to here. So these are some of the things that the program will do. Planning on setting it up so that you can actually load the puzzles and play with them in this. But it keeps people from needing to have a compass on hand to play with these, and hopefully opens up some new possibilities for people. And once again, if we clear the canvas, Some of the other tools or some of the other aspects with this, we'll change it. I'm actually going to change the canvas to white. And we'll go back to default stroke of black. And we'll make it solid. And just to make sure, we'll put 2. So there's a compass tool. It's kind of in the works as well. You can actually draw different arcs with it. So, and then a line tool. Different lines. Different dashes. Weights. Colors. Re-click the line tool. And pen tool for paths. You can see it's still stroke color, so I can select that here. So there's a lot of possibilities here with a relatively simple idea that's getting built out here. And that's the idea of working with geometry to introduce and make math more accessible to people. And let's see, and if you want to go for more of the traditional or old school, there's options there. But that's a start.